What's up, everybody? All right, we are recapping RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars Season 3, Episode 6, Handmaids and Kitty Girls, or Handmaids to Kitty Girls. So, on the last episode, at the end, we saw Ru bring back the Handmaid's Tales queens that have been voted off. And the show starts with her basically trying to figure out who all are still there for the show. 5. Chi-Chi, Aja, Thorgy, Morgan McMichaels, and Milk. They all are still around and want revenge. So, she goes and fast forward, we're in the workroom. Hi, ladies, blah, blah, blah. She's talking to the top 5 and telling them about the challenge, which is going to be to audition for her new group, the Kitty Girls. And before she can finish the description, she says, oh, and one more thing. And the door opens, and all 5 of the voted off queens comes in. They'll also be auditioning. And whoever wins, the 2 that lip sync for their legacy will have to vote one of the let go queens back in and send one of the top 5 girls home. So they're going to do a switcheroo. So the episode starts with them all at the table getting reacquainted, and it pops right off with Morgan McMichaels all up in Ben de la Creme shit about how she got voted off and how she thought that Ben was a hypocrite because she didn't really go by the rules that the group has set for elimination, and Ben was shooketh. She didn't know what to do with all that. All of this like venom. And you know, Morgan already looked mean. So imagine if she looks mean and she looking at you mean and she's saying mean stuff. If you don't have that kind of chutzpah to be able to back your shit up against somebody like Morgan and Michaels, it will take you out. And that's exactly what Morgan was hoping. That she would shake Ben up. Big mess. So then it goes to, I might be saying them out of order, but it doesn't matter. This is all the fights that's going on. Thorgy and Shangela. First and foremost, I've seen Thorgy live and in color. Thorgy puts on the most unentertaining drag show I've ever seen. Her outfits, blah. Her makeup, always Casper the Friendly Ghost. The hair, always wiggity wiggity whack. And like, when everybody else is doing shtick or being funny, Thorgy's thing is to play the violin. Now, I don't know how many of you out there have been to a drag race on tour type of event, but you're coming to see them kick, dance, make you laugh. You're coming to see them do everything except play a violin. If anything, play a piano. Play a saxophone. Play something sexy. Violin is beautiful. I'm not downing the violin, but it's not what you come to a drag show to see. So for her to be all up in Shangela's mix about why Thorgy got sent home, Thorgy, you are the weakest link. So you going home was as it was written. That's how it should have been. Then you have BB and Aja, which I knew this was going to come up. Aja was mad with BB because when BB was standing on the stage taking all the props for her outfit that Aja helped her with, she never mentioned Aja helped her. She just took it, thank you, mother. You know how she calls Rue mother. She just took all the accolades and left Aja's name out of it, like a true queen. Yes, this little peon bitch over here helped me with this, but I know it, she knows it, no one else needs to know it. Now, pass me my $10,000. So that was a thing. Then, dry ass milk. I'm so over Milk. Now, when Milk was on Drag Race, I really thought Milk had an interesting kind of vibe going on. I would tell my sister all the time, like, you know, Milk is going to be something. Milk just has this panache. But now I'm getting to know more of Milk's personality because Milk didn't last long in the first Drag Race. I think 3 or 4 episodes in, Milk was out in the season that he was on. But now I realize that Milk is an egomaniac who really doesn't understand how other people see him, which can be a very bad thing. It can be a good thing if you're just a person who just don't give a shit and you just walk through the world, you know, like living your life. Hey, get into it. But if you are in a situation where your competitors can send you home, you might want to know how you're being seen. And Milk has no self-awareness. And so him and Kennedy got into it, and Kennedy told him straight up, like, I didn't see you being genuine. Like, you thought you were better than everybody. You just think you're holier than thou, and you're Milk, and you're this, and you're this, and you're that. And, you know, you never really try to get to know me. You're always up in Trixie's ass. And Milk was really shocked. Like, I was surprised by how shocked Milk was. And mind you, they haven't started the challenge or anything. They're all still sitting at the pink table in the workroom hashing this stuff out. And then you notice in the background, Ben is just defeated. Bendela just defeated. Milk and Kennedy got that thing. Aja and BB got that thing, which BB shut down. He didn't even let it get into something. Shangela and Thorgy got their thing, but Ben is just like, Chi Chi, who got voted off, just happy to be there. Which I'm really disappointed in Chi Chi this All-Star season because I've seen Chi Chi live and Chi Chi puts on a show. Like, boots down, flips, kicks. She did the and I am telling you, brought the house down. Everybody was throwing money up on the stage. And we're in a huge auditorium. Probably seats like 10,000 people. It's probably about 3,000 people there, the whole bottom. And everybody just running up there throwing, just going in their wallet, just throwing cash at Chi Chi. So I've seen what Chi Chi can do. I'm just very... I hate to be negative, but I'm just not. Somebody gotta go home first. I understand that, but I just really thought that Chi would have really like brought it. This is all stars. So the next scene is them in the studio with Cutie Patootie, Adam Lambert, who since his days on American Idol. He's the front man for Queen. He's just doing all these great things as a gay man, loud and proud. And he looks so good, y'all. Just money. He looks like money. And I like it. So the voted off queens go first, starting with Morgan McMichaels, who gives that same flat rap like she does in her song that she got voted off for because all she did was stare at the girls and mouth all this stuff. Her delivery is just so flat and she just that bitch, but you really not. Aja wrecked it. Aja wrecked it. Okay, she did her little rap, killed it. Milk. Milk's performance, makeup, his audition for the Kitty Girls, all of this stuff is like 200 milligram sedative, like Thorazine. It just, I'm so over Milk. All right, then it goes over to the top 5. Trixie is first. And Trixie is terrible. Like, she doesn't take direction well. Adam and his production assistant are trying to coach her, do this, try this, give us that. And Trixie, who's a great singer, is just not open to any of it. And it's just, it shows, it feels odd. And Adam Lambert is really, you can tell, a little bit remiss and frustrated. Like, why are you giving me all this shit back? I'm the star. Like, you're supposed to be taking my advice here in this challenge. BB wrecks it. You know, everybody says that BB just does Cameroon and gives you Africa. But that's who she is. That's who she was when she won, and that's just her thing. You know, she gives you something that there's been no other African drag race alums who can do what she does. And she just gets on that mic and she just gives them like just straight fish, bitch. Just freaky tiki ta ta ta, boom clack, boom clack. Just like living in her own mind of what Jungle Kitty would be, and I loved it. Adam loved it. Everybody in the studio watching loved it. She just delivered. And then there's Bendela, who is stuck at the workroom table, even though he's in the studio with Adam Lambert and guest, to be Goth Kitty. Because they've taken all of his joy, all of his pride. They've just beat him down in just a few little words, which I'm just very surprised because Bendela always seemed to me like somebody who had a lot of self-worth. And that little moment with Morgan McMichaels, and I don't know, maybe it was worse than what they showed us on TV, but that little moment when Morgan McMichaels took him out and his whole time in the studio was just off. We don't get to see everybody's audition, but those are what we get to see. Then it's time for makeup. Still, all of Ben's energy is gone. And it's really in her head about that she was a hypocrite and Morgan and Michaels might have been right and maybe voting her off was wrong. Bitch, this is drag. You gotta get into it. It's all smoke and mirrors and just fun and cattiness. You can't be this person. I mean, this ain't, what did LaShawn Beyond? This say RuPaul's best friend race? It's not. You can't be, if you're in a competition where you already know how All Stars are set up, you gotta vote people off. You have the power, not Ru. So Ben I just didn't understand it. So he talks to Shangela, and Shangela's like, look, I've known Morgan for a long time. He's actually super sweet. Why don't you just take you a moment, go over there and have a chat with him? and y'all just hash it out so you can get this over with. And Morgan actually apologizes. Morgan apologizes and is like, look, I was just wanting some answers. I was feeling some type of way, yada, yada, yada. Ben walks away thinking that everything is cool, but it's still in his head. You can just see it. Sidebar, Chi-Chi's confessionals are on point because she just says what it is. Even though her looks and stuff are busted, her confessionals I live for because she's the most honest when it comes to the confessionals. Then it's Milk and Kennedy. Now Milk has to come back over to Kennedy and find out some more of why Kennedy sent her home. So I don't know if this is instructed by the directors or the EPs that they have to keep this stuff going, but it's just so lame. Kennedy is trying to put her makeup on, and Milk is over there in this talcum powder white face. Just pressed powder all over. And trying to find out what's what, and why didn't anybody tell me I was a douchebag? I can't even give Milk any more energy. The runway. Rue walks out in a dress that we've seen now 5 times. The colors are different, but the actual cut and the design and the drape we've seen, it's like, I want Rue to get somebody who's going to give him a Miranda Priestley kind of moment and just change all his looks. Because he always has this pageant vibe, except for a couple times when he's worn pants. But Rue could do, it's Rue. Like, Rue, give us something new. Next for season 10, please, Rue. Like, give us something new. So the voted off queens do their performance first. They're Sitting on a Secret is the song that they're performing. Milk actually performs in whiteface. Like, he's still white. Talcum powder white. Chi-Chi starts it off, but doesn't have on a lot of padding and everything. And I mean, I know that Chi-Chi's not going to be a winner, but it's still like, he's not giving us body. Like, you're supposed to be giving us body every time you come out there. But his lyrics and his little vocals were good. Aja did great. Morgan McMichaels was... I just don't like Morgan's voice. It just sounds like a mean school teacher. I can't get into it. Thorgy's forgettable. I don't even know what Thorgy gave. I just kind of checked out on it. Their group wasn't the greatest. It just didn't feel together and feel top 5. Didn't feel top 5. So then the top 5 performs, and Kennedy starts it off as Diva Kitty with this beautiful, nice high kick. But her and Chi-Chi are dressed in almost the same thing, which was really weird. They both had on like this silver Galactica kind of bodysuit vibe, and I didn't get the outfit. But for Diva, it didn't feel Diva. Felt very space age. Who was next? Trixie. Trixie was nerd. Kitty. Sometimes I'm really into Trixie and sometimes I'm not. Like, Trixie gave us this big pink Lady Bunny wig moment, but she was supposed to be the nerd. And I thought, like, for a nerd Kitty, you would do 2 ponytails. Like, that's like nerdy to me, not this big bouffant number. Shangela was good. He was Sparkle Kitty. his outfit was banging. He had a little two-piece number with perfectly padded thighs. Perfect. So perfect that Michelle Visage had to say so. I really liked his outfit. Um, let's see, Shangela. Then BB's a horrible name. Boom, kitty. BB was in a big ass leopard jumpsuit. Shut it down. She did a great job. Her dance moves, her energy. You know, she just has a lot of stage presence. I have never seen BB live. I've always wanted to. But she just has a lot of stage presence in this show. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what the top five's dance was. Their dance was "Drag Up Your Life" was the name of their song. So the top five team is who Ru picks as the winner, of course, because they got to be the ones who select who leaves and who goes, who comes and who goes. BB and Bendella are the winners again. They stay in that top two. I'm glad that BB is showing out. Then in the lip sync, because they have to bring someone on and have someone leave the top five, I think that BB gave up. She lip synced, but she didn't really give any theatrics, any kind of show. I think she wanted Ben to have to make that decision. So you can tell she kind of put the brakes on a little bit and let Bendela be that person. Ben wins the lip sync as a goth kitty in this terrible Julie Andrews Beyonce inspired leotard thing. He brings Morgan McMichaels back, of all five people, which I was hoping he was going to bring Aja back. I wanted to see Aja finish out the rest of the show. He brought mean ass, sour, bitter Morgan McMichaels back. And when it's time to send himself home, he reveals that he's taken white out and wrote Dela on the lipstick, meaning he's sending himself home. His explanation is that his competition there was with himself. He has won in his mind, and he's ready to go. I think that he was so shook by constantly being in the top and constantly having to choose people to send home, and he was worried about the working relationships past the show, because he hasn't been out there like all the other queens. He's kind of just stayed in Seattle and did his thing there, whereas everybody else is constantly traveling and doing tours